Welcome to AMA 24. Today's question comes from Aras, and he says he's had a full-time contract for a while, and he's looking to move out of that because they pretend they have enough work, but they don't really have enough work for him. So he wants to start his own his own web app shop, and he wants some quick tips because he doesn't feel like he's really ready. First thing you need to do is make sure you have 3 to 6 months expenses saved. So expenses are stuff like your heat, your water, rent, that type of stuff. It is not the going out to dinner money. That does not count. I lean heavily towards 6 months. I didn't have enough of a buffer, and I had 6, and you need enough of a buffer. Next thing you're going to need is a contract and NDA. I'll send you links to both of mine. They'll be in the post on this. I've had them both looked at by Canadian lawyers. They're hilarious, and they work, they say. I know some other people have had them looked at by US lawyers as well, and they're good. Now, you need to make sure you get your lawyer to check that out, though. This is not legal advice. General reading, you should read Quitter. Quitter is about quitting your job. Is it really the right time to quit your job? And it's a great book by John Acuff. It's like a 5-hour audio book, so you can read that again in a weekend. Take a really long walk or spend a weekend doing it. EntreLeadership is also a really good one. EntreLeadership is going to help work on your mindset about looking. Most freelancers get stuck in looking at everything as an expense. So even like their own education or a conference or starting a mastermind group, taking a course on Udemy, anything like that. Not an expense, it's an investment in your business. And that's going to help you look at that, and it's going to help you just evaluate your own leadership style and how you could grow your company and everything. It's written for a bigger organization, like a couple hundred people is what it's originally for, but it will help you become a better leader and a better business owner. You need to learn about marketing. The top 2 books I recommend are Get Clients Now and Book Yourself Solid. Read those 2. Those will be your first ones on your list so that you can have clients, so you have a good marketing system set up, and make it a system that's easy to do, that you can spend 20 or 30 minutes a day doing it, and do it all the time. Even when you're insanely busy, do it. It is a priority. What's going to happen is if you don't, it's in the 4 quadrants, right? Number 1 is important and urgent, and number 2 is important but not urgent. So it's going to sit in the important but not urgent category until you have no work. Then it's important and urgent. If you just did it all the time anyways, instead of focusing on all the fires in the important and urgent, then you wouldn't have an issue. You would continue to have work. Next 2 books you should read are Duct Tape Marketing and Guerrilla Marketing. Those are great marketing books. Put them on your list to read after you've started out. Pricing, super important. Way too many freelancers shortchange themselves on pricing because they just don't know how to position themselves. First book you should read there is The Price is Right. It gives you a really good overview of how to do all your pricing, teaches you pricing theory, teaches you pricing anchoring, and it sets a good base for you. Most freelancers just go out and say, oh, I charge X per hour, $150 per hour, so that's what you pay me. And they give the client a quote, and the client has to figure out what the ROI is. You should be presenting the ROI to clients. You should be saying, well, yeah, it's going to cost you $10,000 to do this, but because you spend $10,000 with me, you're going to make $20,000. And so you're anchoring your price off the $20,000. The next book, which is way longer, way bigger, and goes way deeper, is Strategy and Tactics of Pricing. That's one you can read it later. The Price is Right, you'll read in a weekend. Strategy and Tactics of Pricing, you'll read, it'll take a little while to read. That's a big one. And it's not a cheap book either. Also, you need to continue to invest in yourself. So look at podcasts like 48 Days to the Work You Love is a good one. Look at the EntreLeadership podcast. Look at the Freelancer Show podcast. You need advice from as many experienced freelancers as you can. Read my site, which I guess you're doing since you asked me a question. Read You Gurus is another good one. Zen Freelancing is another good one. You just want to get as much information about how to run a proper freelance business as possible. And even start a mastermind group. That would be a really good thing. I started one last year. It's been excellent for me. It's helped keep me on task. It's helped me launch a couple things I didn't think I'd launch and give me way more information that I would never have gotten because I just had to find it all myself. A mastermind group is awesome. There's a great course on Udemy by Dan Miller about mastermind groups that I'm just going through. And you can go through it and learn about a mastermind group. Start it yourself. Find some other freelancers that you really want to connect with. They don't have to be local, but find some others that you really want to connect with that are maybe a little farther ahead and jump in with them and just run an awesome business. Thanks for watching.